Hey, what's up, YouTube, and welcome back to the Knicks Cave. I'm Jan, a Knicks fan, your host, and let's get right into it. But before we get into it, I want you to do me one small favor. I want you to hit that like button. I want you to subscribe. I want you to leave a comment. You want to know when the next video is going to drop, hit the notification bell. Well, the New York Knicks right now, as it currently sits, we are in the Summer League Championship. Our opponent is the Portland Trail Blazers, a team that we played already, a team that we beat already. Actually, I think Quentin Grimes scored 24 points against that team. We're going to talk about Quentin Grimes. We're going to talk about Miles McBride. We're going to talk about Jericho Sims. But right now, we're going to talk about the chances the New York Knicks have of winning this championship. In my opinion, if we play Portland, I ain't going to say I doubt we win, because the Knicks sometimes, they'll beat a team and then come back and lose to a team. I didn't like the way we lost to the Bulls. I thought we should have had that game. We came out on fire. We was blowing them out, and then slowly but surely the Bulls got back in it and knocked us out of the game. Not knocked us out of the game, but they beat us. Like I said, the New York Knicks have beaten their opponents on an average of 11.8 points a game. The Portland Trail Blazers have beaten their opponents on 8.3 points a game on an average. But the way the schedules are, other teams don't get. We have 7 games tonight that haven't played their full schedule. The New Orleans Pelicans, they are 2-1. Actually, we have 7 teams at 2 that's sitting 2-1. We have 5 teams that went 3-1 in the Summer League. But the 2 teams that's sitting on top is the Portland Trail Blazers and the New York Knicks. The Knicks is basically the man, you want to say. We our spot is basically sold in, right, and chiseled into stone that we will be in the championship unless the Pelicans come out and score 19 points. The Phoenix Suns, I'm sorry I didn't bring it up, but the Phoenix Suns and the Pelicans, they are the only 2 teams that can knock either the Portland Trail Blazers or the New York Knicks out of the championship spot. They average a point per game. The Pelicans average 9 point. Excuse me for a second. The Pelicans average 9.7 points a game, and the Suns average 7.3 points average, beating their opponents per game. And right here it will get tricky, because the Pelicans will have to beat their, which they are playing the Los Angeles Lakers. They will have to beat the Lakers tonight by 19 points for their average to go higher than the New York Knicks. But they can leapfrog the Portland Trail Blazers. That they can. And the Phoenix Suns need to score 26 points. They need to beat their team beat their opponent by 26 points for them to have a chance to knock the New York Knicks out of the championship spot. But Portland is not safe. The Knicks, I would say, I'm not going to jinx them. I'm not going to jinx the Knicks, and I'm going to talk about we safe, we going to the championship, and the Suns come out, drop 29 points victory over who the Suns playing? Excuse me for a second. Who the Suns playing? The Suns is playing the Kings. Actually, the Kings been playing good, but I think they resting Keegan. Actually, right after I get finished making this video, I will be going to check that game out if I didn't miss most of it. I just wanted to get this video out there because I know a lot of people want to know what's going on with the New York Knicks in our championship, Summer League championship. I should have put a picture of them rings. Them rings look nice. Like, man, this is Summer League. They're getting some real nice rings. I mean, honestly, them rings look really good. The New York Knicks, which is really funny to me, is I was just thinking of this scenario, because let's talk about one thing. And this right here, like I said, the Utah Jazz, you seen my video, are willing to listen to offers for Donovan Mitchell. So I was thinking, because I know a lot of y'all heard or read or watched a video of what the Utah Jazz want from the New York Knicks, and I think it's ridiculous. And actually, I am glad the Knicks stand pat and didn't fall in. And for those who don't know, the Utah Jazz have wanted 6 first-round picks: Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, Grimes, and McBride. They didn't want R.J. Barrett, and the reason being they don't want R.J. Barrett because R.J. Barrett is due for extension, $140-something million, if I'm correct. And right now, I'm not looking at the numbers, but I know it's $100 and something million, and Utah Jazz is not trying to pay RJ that money. Matter of fact, Utah is not trying to pay anybody right now. And like I said in my last video, they are in full rebuild mode. So they want to get a lot of players, young players, and go through the draft as well. They got a first-round pick from Rudy Gobert, several first-round picks from Rudy Gobert. They got a first-round pick from the Brooklyn Nets as well. And I see what Danny Ainge is trying to do over there. We all know what type of a person Danny Ainge, when it comes to being a GM, man, he's very shrewd. He's very smart. He got Boston to where they are right now. And that's why he got the job where he got right now, because what he did with Boston. But Nah, Danny. Leon is not going for the bull crap. He's not going for the bull crap. And that's why I bring up Quentin Grimes. What I was about to say, if the New York Knicks was to throw Grimes into a deal, because like right now, even though the Knicks backed away from their deal, they are still in preliminary talks right now. Behind the scenes, they're still talk, and there is reports that Utah, out of all the players on the New York Knicks, Utah is really want Grimes. So if Grimes was to get traded tonight, tomorrow, will he still play on the New York Knicks Summer League and the championships? That's why I was wondering. If anybody know, hit me up in the comment section and let me know, will he be eligible or will he have to shut it down because he is now the product of the Portland Trail Blazers. Excuse me. He's the product of the Utah Jazz, where he had to shut it down. And I don't think Leon Rose want to give up Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes has been fantastic. Matter of fact, when we drafted Quentin Grimes, I made several videos. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say two videos. And one of them videos, I actually compared Quentin Grimes to Klay Thompson. Yes, I did. I called him the next Klay Thompson, and I still think this guy would be in that category. They got him labeled as a 3-and-D guy, but when he was in college and playing for Houston, he was basically the man. And I know he's kind of what player wouldn't want to be the man again. And if he was to get traded to Utah Jazz for the time being, as the very near future, he would be the man on the Jazz. I mean, the Jazz picked up some pieces, but Quentin Grimes are coming in. And I know the coach would try to make him the man, especially the way he played. I wouldn't give up Quentin Grimes. McBride, let's just say this. I like McBride too. McBride, I didn't even get to what Quentin Grimes averaged. I'll drop back. I'll piggyback to him. But McBride had averaged 16 points in the Summer League, 5.5 assists, and 2.5 steals. And he averaged 28 minutes a game. And McBride is a player that I really do love. I really do want McBride to be on the New York Knicks. He didn't get that much playing time last year. He got sick, COVID, last man on the bench, rookie, whatever it may be. We all know there's been real reason Tibbs don't like to play rookies, and he didn't play the man. But I really do like McBride's game. I didn't think we need Jalen Brunson. And my honest opinion, I thought we should have just went out another year, played with the players we had. Next year's draft is expected to be loaded. There's a lot of talented players going to be in 2023/2024 draft, and that's how I felt. I was thinking, let's go into the season with McBride, with Grimes, with Cam Reddish, with the roster we had. A lot of people don't like Evan Fournier, but I'm gonna say one thing about Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier came and played I'm not gonna say his best basketball, but he averaged what he averaged. Evan Fournier averaged 14 points a game his career. He had a little up year when he got to Boston, just before Boston, right? And it's kind of slack. He was still on the Magic. He got traded, but he had he's averaging 17 points slash a little 20. But his career, he averaged 14 points. And when he came to the New York Knicks, that's what he gave. He gave us 14 points. No more, no less. And a lot of people was mad. Don't get mad at the player. Get mad at the game. Because I'm going to cash them checks too. You come offer me $70-something million, and I know I ain't worth it. Because I'm going to be honest. And I know y'all say that's my favorite word. Yes, I'm going to be honest. He's not worth no 70-something million. He's not worth $74 million. That's just my opinion. And if you think about it right now, the Knicks are going to have a nice high payroll. We got Julius Randle at $100-something million. We got Bronson at 104. We got to sign RJ at 100 and something. So my feeling was, let's stay with the rookies because we still got them rookies. You know what I'm saying? And we can run with these guys. If it doesn't work out, we get a high draft pick. We had a draft pick from Dallas coming to us in 23. So we would have had draft picks. You know what I'm saying? And then think about this scenario too. Just think about what Leon Rose did on draft night. And like, let's say second. Let me just back up because nothing has happened yet. And you know what I'm saying? Like they said in the papers, the Utah Jazz want everything. They would even want the Statue of Liberty. You know, the old saying is the kitchen and sink, but you know they have to jazz it up. But like I said, I like McBride game. I don't think we should get rid of McBride. I don't think we should be. I know a lot of people say, but we got Jalen Brunson, we got Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose is not going to stay healthy for a full season. Emmanuel Quickly, in my book, is not a point guard. I mean, he did show promise in the end of the season, but I still think he's a shooting guard, and I think he would best fit the New York Knicks playing the off guard. And I think McBride could come in and he can be our backup point guard because Jalen Brunson is going to be our starting point guard. And I think the Knicks will be all right. All right, let's check this out. This can be our backup squad. And I like it. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of you might like it. McBride, Grimes, Cam Reddish, Obi Toppin, Jericho Sims. Our starting five is Mitchell Robinson, Randall, R.J. Barrett, Evan Fournier, and our new signee, Jalen Brunson. And I like that team. I like that. I like the players right there. No, we ain't fancy. We ain't superstars. But Boston, I know a lot of y'all want to say, okay, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. But other than that, who the hell they got? They got real hard working players dedicated to their craft. And if you look at what the New York Knicks got, the players I just named, these guys is going to be in that category. They're young, but they want to make a name for themselves in the NBA. Look at McBride. You can tell he want to be a starting point guard in this league. Grimes, we already know he's going to be a starter. It's just a matter of time, and hopefully where he play. Who knows what the future holds at where the New York Knicks will have to. It will have to be one of them James Harden scenario where James Harden will want to be the man, so he had to move to get under Kevin Durant and Kevin and Westbrook, Russell Westbrook, excuse me. Who knows? But I see a bright future for McBride, and I like him. That's why I actually predicted the Knicks would draft him and Grimes. Jericho Sims was a surprise and a treat for us, actually. He's come in. Jericho Sims is actually averaging 11 points in the summer league. 10.3 rebounds, 2 assists, 0.3 blocks, and he averaged 27 minutes a game. And I like Jericho Sims. He on that pogo stick, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of y'all say, hold up, the Knicks just went out and signed such and such. He can be our backup scene. Hartenstein, Isaiah Hartenstein, and you're right. But I like Sims. I'm being honest. I think Sims has more upsides than Hartenstein. I mean, Hartenstein's a solid player. Don't get me wrong. He can stretch the floor and everything, but I just think Sims will be more athletic, get to the backboard. The rim, getting the rebounds, block shots. He gets out in the opening. He run the floor. I just think he would be a better player coming off the bench. But Hartenstein is a good player. He's been in the league. He's a veteran, but not so far ahead as Sims. Let's be honest. But I like Sims. I like our young core, and I can't believe Utah let's say Danny Ainge tried to pull a fast one on the New York Knicks and take advantage of us. I'm glad we have Leon Rose because if we'd have had Scott Layton, Isaiah Thomas, it would have been Carmelo Anthony all over again. We'd have gave up a bunch of young players and got nothing in return. I know a lot of people say, oh, we got Carmelo Anthony, but did that work out for us? I mean, he filled his stats. He did a lot of things for individually for himself. We got to the playoffs at least one time. But other than that, No, he didn't get us to where we want. As Knicks fans, we at least wanted to be in the playoffs like back in the days of Patrick Ewing and John Starks. Even we didn't win the championship, we knew we was going to the playoffs every year, and we had that core. And we didn't get that. And come on, almost 20-something years. You know what I'm saying? So we starving for the New York Knicks is starving for a playoff berth. I know we got it 2 years ago. We got teased, slap on their hand because Julius Randle got into the playoffs. Let's not just blame Julius Randle, but the New York Knicks got into the playoffs and they got exposed. Not only did the players get exposed, but their coach got exposed. Yes, Tom Thibodeau got exposed. And I'm so tired of hearing how great of a coach he is, only to watch what happened last year. You know what I'm saying? Only to watch the young guys come out and put on such a great show in the last 8-9 games when they could have been doing that the whole time. They could have. Well, I know I've been ranting. This video is supposed to be about the New York Knicks Summer League, and I just went on, but it is what it is. The New York Knicks, I think we're going to win this championship. We'll be holding up a ring. That would be our ring. Somebody say something to y'all. We say we won the Summer League. We won this year's championship in the Summer League. It's a ring. I'm just joking. But with that being said, I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. God bless and peace.